Factor by grouping. Grouping, we must have 4 terms for grouping. So in order for you to make, how many terms do we have here? 3 terms, right? So we have to convert those 3 terms to 4 terms. Okay? So how can I make 3 terms to 4 terms? I have to split the one in the middle here. But how can I split it? It could be 21x, 1x, or it could be 20x, 2x, or it could be 19x, 3x, and so on. But I need a precise correct number. In order for you to get this correct number, we have to multiply 8 times 15. So if you multiply 8 times 15, how much does this give you? 120. So we need the product and the sum. The sum has to be how much? 22. Okay? And the product, how can I get from 120, 22 sum? The only way to do this is 12 times 10. If I add 12 plus 10, it will give you how much? 22. Okay? So can you see how we did this? So now I can split the one in the middle. It's going to be what? 12x plus 10x. That give you 22x. And then I just write down the remaining. What is the remaining? 8x squared plus 15. Now how many terms I have now? 4 terms. Take the first 2 together and find the greatest common factor. What's the greatest common factor for the first one? Is 4x. And what's the remaining? 2x plus 3. Plus, what is the greatest common factor here? 5. And what's the remaining? 2x plus 3. Now, do we have the same blah, 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 or we have different blah, blah, blah? Same blah, blah, blah. So we take the blah, blah, blah outside. If you take the blah, blah, blah outside, what's left? 4x plus 5. Is this clear? Let's do another one.
Yes.
Okay, let's do B together. Okay, how many terms here?
3.
3 terms. I need to convert it to how many terms?
4.
So I have to split the one in the middle here, but I don't know how to split it. So the first thing you should do, multiply 12 times 5. If you multiply 12 times 5, what are you going to get? 60. Okay, we need the sum. How much the sum has to be? Negative 16. What are the two numbers times each other? 6, that give you 60. 6 times 10. So if you add them, negative 6, negative 10, it will give you how much? It will give you negative 16. Okay, so this, I'm gonna split this into 2 parts. This is gonna be what? Negative 6x, negative 10x. Okay, and I'll just put this down, plus 5 and 12x squared. Now how many terms do I have? 4 terms. Take the first 2 together. So what is the greatest common factor for the first 2? 2x, correct? And what's left? 6x minus 5. And the last 2 terms, what is the greatest common factor?
5.
Yes, 5, right? If you take 5, take how much? -5, correct? If you take -5, what's left?
تصير plus
2x
لا negative
negative
5 1
negative 1. Correct.
في different
Now we have some difference here, right?
في error
So we have something that's not correct. So what is, how can we do this?
بدال نخلي يمكن 16 تكون minus 6 minus 10
Okay, so let's try another method. So let's say 12x squared and -10x negative 6x plus 5. Take the first two together, thus 2 together. So what is the greatest common factor here?
هنا 2
2, 2x, and what's left?
هنا تصير
6x minus 5. And here how much is common? -1. So what's left? 6x minus 5. Now as you can see here, do we have a blah blah blah?
We have blah blah blah.
So take the blah 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 outside. So what's left?
6 negative 5.
And you get 2x minus 1. So that's your final answer. Okay, so remember, this is like trial and error. You have to keep trying until you find the blah blah blah. Okay.